What's up guys, Holden here, H-Bomb Fitness. Today we're going to go after kind of this knee pain issue. So usually if you have really tight calves or heel cords, you're going to have to compensate somewhere. Okay, so basically what I mean is if you can't dorsiflex your toe without bending your knee, kind of a lot of root problems are going to come because you're going to compensate because you don't have that ankle range. So we're just going to do just two things to target the Achilles and the quads. Okay, so you need a barbell. Okay, so get on the barbell and you're going to put it right on your Achilles, that kind of insertion with your gastroc. Take up the slack on the barbell. Put your leg on top, and from here you're just going to wiggle that bottom toe, bottom foot. So you can kind of do anything with this, just mess around. There's no like true prescription how to do this. Just kind of find a spot, take up the slack, dorsiflex, and just kind of search for some spots. It's important to just stay on a spot for a little bit, opposed to kind of stay on there for 10 seconds and just keep going to a new spot. It's better that you stay on one spot for a long period of time. So what this is doing is kind of breaking down that collagen and that Achilles, kind of getting that Achilles to be more mobile, the tissue itself, opposed to the muscles. We're trying to really kind of get that Achilles through a range of motion while it's kind of tacked down. This is an ART technique. So opposed to just hammering out this gastroc, we're actually feeding slack through this Achilles. And though it might not be a tremendous amount of slack because the Achilles is very rigid and sturdy, it does provide some slack through this bottom range of our ankle. Okay, and the Achilles gets really junky just from pretty much everything we do, walking, running, jumping. So what this is doing, you're putting your calf, ankle through a range of motion while your Achilles is tacked down. It's kind of really making those fibers kind of slowly get apart and and technically lengthening it. It's kind of the same thing if you did like the Graston technique, where you have a metal tool and you're kind of shredding away some of that fascia and all those connective tissues and just trying to get it through a new range of motion. So you do that, make sure this knee is locked. Don't do this. Okay, we're trying to really improve this range of motion and isolate it. Okay, next thing, we're gonna hammer out that quad. Okay, so take your barbell and just lay that thing on your quad, and from here add some pressure and just find the spot, put your other leg on top. Okay, same thing applies, tack and floss. So what we're trying to do here is with the Achilles, we're trying to feed slack through the ankle to improve kind of that knee pain if you do have kind of tight calves and Achilles. And then we're going to try and hammer this out to actually give the patella, quadriceps tendon some slack as well. Okay, so first we want to maybe go after the cause, but then we want to go to where the actual pain is and feed some slack into that system. And just doing this by itself without doing this will actually help quite a bit, because you're literally feeding slack. You can put your knee through a lot more range of motion because you're feeding some slack into there. So same thing. Cool thing about this is you can add weights to the end here if you want to intensify it. Basically you're just going to really find all this tissue, take up the slack, really try and start by the insertion of the rectus femoris into that tendon, opposed to doing it all the way up here. But you can still do it, work your way up, it's fine. Just start down here first, contract, relax. So just the pathological issue of this is, if you're compensating from the ankle, this is going to take the toll pretty much your calf. I mean, excuse me, your knee. So let's hammer out this. Spend more time on this, I would say, and then come to here and just try and take up this slack. Get all these tissues, rectus femoris, nice and supple. Alright, so there you go, guys. Just think of the quad and the calf. They kind of work in conjunction with each other. So usually if one or the other is kind of tight, the one is going to be affected. Okay, so there you go, guys.